Hi, welcome to the Stockinette Zombies. I'm Amy, also known as J Nitma.
And I'm Megan, also known as Just Run Knit, and this is episode 176. It's been 2 weeks.
Yes.
Well,
Or more.
no, less. We recorded like on a Tuesday or Wednesday the last time we recorded, I believe. I was ill, and it's been a long time since I've been that ill, to be honest with you.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I mean, I've been not feeling well, but like, I just laid on, I didn't even knit, like I just laid on the couch and was achy, and my head hurt so bad I couldn't sleep, but yet I didn't have the energy to do anything else. It was bad news. And I went to the urgent care after being, like that for a couple of days, and they have like protocol now where they don't necessarily test you for strep if you've got like all of the symptoms, like if your score is high enough. And the gal like felt my neck, felt my lymph nodes, and she was like, "Oh my!" Like, she audibly like gasped at my lymph nodes. And then I kind of found myself like later going like, okay, they're a little swollen, but I wouldn't like audibly gasp about them. But maybe my lymph nodes are normally, my glands are normally a little bigger than normal. Anyway, antibiotics immediately kicked it. I mean, that's the one nice thing about getting strep, I guess, if you had to pick a nice thing.
Yeah.
You take the antibiotics, you feel better.
Yes, this is so true.
So, yep, my children have been off and on sick, but none such that like we had to go to the, maybe they were just carriers, maybe they didn't get infected with it, I don't know. Nobody else I know has had strep, but they said that strep is going around here. The nurse was like, yep, we've had a definite uptick.
Okay.
So, be on the lookout. Your family has been ill as well.
Yes.
I think we're trying to get all of the illness done before the retreat.
I think that might be the plan, or at least the hope.
And maybe then Rochester will just be illness-free.
Yeah, we can hope.
Nobody that comes to the retreat will be infected with any sort of throat, stomach, what have you, issue.
Yes.
So,
yes, my daughter came home from school and had, the stomach bug. And then we made it to Saturday morning, thought we were mostly in the clear, and then my husband Saturday night said, I think I might have what the daughter had. And I'm like, what? No. I thought we were in the clear.
Incubation period, yeah.
So now we're like looking at, oh, how many days was that? So it was like 3.5, 4 days.
Yeah. But school's out.
School is out.
So less of getting ill from their classmates and more of getting ill from their school care or their summer care.
Yeah.
Maybe that hodgepodge will bring about more illness, who knows. I'm just glad to be ill. I mean, like, I don't know. It takes getting sick to be like, I feel so good. Like singing because I'm happy, because I'm not laying on the couch miserable.
Well, yeah, and whatever it was affected the husband very quickly. I mean, he was not feeling well and then in bed and out for the night within a 3-hour period. So, it hit him quick, hit him hard, and it was done. So it was like, well, that's the one thing I can hope, is that if I react to it, I react to it similarly. Although, I don't know, I seem to recall in the past that if it hits me light, it hits him heavy, kind of thing. So, like, maybe it's one of those things that maybe I did have it. Because I did fall asleep. Like, I just felt bad on Friday night. But I also deal with, like, IBS. So I just thought, like, oh, no, I'm not dizzy and all this other stuff. It's just the normal. My normal. And I thought, okay, it's my normal, but I did go to bed early. And then the next day I took a nap. So it's like, well, maybe.
Yeah. The one good thing about stomach bugs is it seems like they do, it's quick and intense, but then it's over.
So I can hope that my illness was already that little hiccup, that it just didn't hit me the same way it hit everybody else in the family, and Justin is somehow mighty immune, and we're good.
That, or he had it before. Well, that would be how he gained immunity, but or was similar. Anyway, ick.
That's enough.
Yeah,
we are
icky.
Feeling good right this moment, you and I. So
knock on some wood. It's June.
It is June. Yay!
So we can no longer say June is soon, but
June is now.
I find myself alternately freaking out about the retreat and then going, oh wait, we've got another week this year, because next weekend is Quinny's birthday. He's going to be an amazing 4-year-old. He's already telling people he's 4, for the last few months. Yeah, I'm 4. I'm like, you're not 4 yet, you're 3. And he's super tall. He's probably the tallest kid of all of my kids at that age. And so he can pull off 4. But,
okay.
Yeah. If he had a fake driver's license, he could totally pull off 4. And then Father's Day is the following weekend, and that's the weekend before our retreat. I gotta keep reminding myself, it's not next weekend, it's the weekend before the retreat.
At this point, it's just I keep going back to the to-do list on our spreadsheet and making sure that, oh no, I don't have anything to do this week. Or, nothing urgent that's on that list. And,
yes. Well, you knocked all your stuff out. It's not because you haven't been working. It's because you've got everything all done. I've got a huge list. But some of my stuff had to wait, so we're still getting some of the prizes that will be listed in our Zombies Survival Guide. But this is kind of creeped into our, into the administrati. We have administrati to be administrated. So, without further ado, May self-striping. We had the fantastic Silver Shed USA, the Sully bag, and then we had the Cajun Girl Knits. I think her Etsy shop is either in the process of being opened or it has opened at this point. I haven't gone out and checked, but this is her Heavenly Rainbow, which is and then is on her BFL nylon base. Super neon fantabulousness. So thank you to those 2 sponsors for May. Always appreciate your mother's support. And Cajun Girl Knits reached out and said, hey, can I be the May sponsor? So thank you to her. And the winners were, we had 2 through 846. Wow. Yep. Just for May. Were 360, here, I'll read them in the order in which 170, 786, 352, and 367. So if you're out there checking, 170 is the Silver Shed bag, and that is Nelzer Rita. Please contact Amy for the bag. The Cajun Girl Knit self-striping is Leah Line 786. So if you want to contact me, Leah, or we can line up seeing you here in a few weeks. Save us some postage. But definitely squee and tell me that you know that you won. And then the 2 final ones are any of my self-striping sock patterns. I've got a bundle out on Ravelry. So I was the designer sponsor this month. 352 is I Am NYC Girl. And 367 is Anne Fran 25, Anne. So those 2, contact me with your choice from that sock bundle, and I will gift you the pattern pronto. Cool. Yes, and then we have a new sponsor for June. It is, and I've been following them out on Instagram. They just had a update on June 5th, so I don't know. I need to go out and look if they still have any of their Fantastico yarns that are out there. But this is Two Sisters Yarn Company, and this is Silver Lining Rainbow, which is self-striping and is on their Stillwater Sparkle base, which is 75% superwash from merino, 20% nylon, 5% stellina. probably not going to be able to see the sparkles, but look at that cute little sheepies. And this one, oh, makes my heart sing. This one is the Big Sky base, which is merino nylon, and the colorway is Gothic Rainbow. There is approximately 3 rows of gloomy purple, mysterious orange red, decaying flesh, medieval moss, mysterious green, cloudy sky, black, and Gothic gray. So thank you to the two sisters in Two Sisters Yarn Company, and I think they said they do monthly updates. So if you don't see anything out there in the one that they had for June 5th, next one will be mid-July. That's in the card. So thank you to them, as I said multiple times now. Thank you. And that is all the administrative that is had to be administrated.
Cool. Okay, finished object. I do have one.
Woohoo!
It has not been blocked, but all the ends are in, so that's an accomplishment.
Woo! Big O.
So I have my Daybreak shawl with, like I said, unknown color gradient, but I know a lot of places sell them, including people who are going to be selling at a retreat. So
Gradients, there's been a lot of gradients.
So this was, like I said, I think of 8 separate colors that were in little skeins that I
particularly like this garter down here.
Yeah,
Those 2 colors.
and then put with the TML in some sort of gray. Silver Fox, I think, is what I had bought. But it has been a while, and the tag is no more. And of course, you can really tell in the Daybreak if you put the increase on the wrong side. I will not point it out, but you can tell. And I'm hoping blocking will fix it. Yeah. So lines aren't perfectly straight unless you put the increase on the proper side. And I thought that I fixed one, but then it was like, oh, after I got all the way down, I was like, oh, that is way down there. I think I'm going to leave it and hope that blocking can cure. But even if it doesn't, it's fine.
Somebody would really have to be looking. You would have to point it out. You would have to say, I made a mistake, and then they would have to be looking for it. And even then, it would be
So I might use this as a lap blinky.
Oh, are you chilly?
Not really.
Okay. Very, very pretty.
That's my finished object.
That is a fun use of a gradient. I've seen them like with Zower balls and stuff with the changing and the striping, and then it makes the lines really pop.
Yeah, and you definitely could have done this with like magic cake, just use the magic knot and then just keep going. I chose to end them on the end and then have a bunch of leftovers and then a lot of ends to weave in. So if you don't like ends to weave in, I would definitely magic ball or magic knot and cake them up, and you can get one long gradient.
Make
some from that.
Use up some scraps. Some scrappy. I have been pretty monogamously working on some designing, and this is the top that I was working on the lace last week, or whatever, 10 days ago, the last time we recorded. This is the Sun Valley Fibers MCN lace. It comes in 800 yard skeins, and since I did 2 colors, I've got enough now that I could make another one, and I was super tempted to wear this wet for the podcast.
It is very sheepy smelling here.
Yes. Didn't dry. It doesn't. The air can hold a lot more water when it's warmer. That's what relative humidity is. So when it's cold out, the air can't hold as much water, and then you've got the furnace running and whatever. So it's been muggy, and it hasn't dried as quickly as I would have liked. I am completely in love with the lace section. When I write it up, I will include directions so that if you want it to be a little bit more modest, the sleeves are kind of big here, and it kind of skims right here, but I'm gonna obviously have to wear a tank underneath it, but you could start the stripes a little sooner on the front piece if you wanted the lace not to extend as much, but I'm completely in love with this piece. It walked up like a dream, and I love, 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 love it. And then when I was trying on the Peaceful pullover, I kind of fell in love with the rolled neck, so I got a rolled neck, and then kind of a fun accent. The stripes are all the way down the back, so the lace is juxtaposed. I was telling Amy I've been kind of spitballing some names, and I think this might be It's a Shore thing, like S-H-O-R-E, because I really think it feels nautical to me with the stripes and then some lace and kind of easy breezy. I don't know if it's gonna, you'll see my lettering through, and I would probably wear it with like a gray or white tank underneath it rather than a black shirt, but some magic cast on up at the top here, and then you work the front panel, and then you work the back panel, and then you join them together and bind off under the sleeves, kind of a la Hirofude construction. Although I did knit that Shalor, and you did the same thing. You bound off underarm, except it was bottom up. So you cast on one side, and then kind of 3 needle combined them. But yes, don't know how quickly with the retreat that I will be writing this up, but I could definitely see myself, I'm one of those knitters that likes to knit it after I've written it up, kind of test knit my own instructions again, maybe knitting one for Ellie, probably include smaller sizes in this one as well, but yes, love it. Maybe it'll dry on me.
I like, I think I would try to knit it a little boxier.
Yes, well, and that was my intention. I was telling Amy, I think my stockinette and around, as opposed to up here, was a little tighter. And when I knit it again, and when I write it up, I'll probably go up a needle size down on the bottom, because I was trying to get it boxy, but I think it's just kind of hugging a little bit more than I intended that, and it's not getting stretched out as I'm, playing around with it here. It's pretty big. It just needs to be stretched as it's laying out. Oh, and I forgot, I have a faux seam. I've been putting those in because that's where I do my color switching. I was on a pearl bump, and so the faux seam is just kind of a fun little functional, yet it looks like it's been seamed there. Whether you like that or not, I guess you can leave it out. But yep, super. It's lace on 3s. So, and if I wrote it to be one size bigger in the stockinette, it would be lace on 4s. So it's super breezy. Kind of goes back to that beach / shore theme that I was hinting after. But yes, really love that lace. Like, might be like my proudest moment coming up with that lace. And that it blocked so pretty. Anyway, can you tell I'm smitten?
Not at all.
Not at all. I'm looking forward to being able to wear it at the retreat. I've started thinking through, like, what I'm going to wear.
I have not quite gotten there yet, because I do have a suitcase out, and I am packing it here and there when I think of something that I want to put in there. But I am so far removed from all of that at this point that I don't know. It's too far away, and yet, yeah, it's too far away. I can't.
Yeah, no, I'll literally pack like the night before we go to the hotel. I'm just like mentally thinking through my knitted things that I would like to bring. Like, anyway.
Yep, I already have some of that packed. I don't know. It's just, there's so many things between now and then with work that I just can't even go there.
Works in progress.
I am working on Hito spots. So this is the Poetry in Motion or Sunspots lace, just using the lace from that pattern, I adjusted a little bit. It fit in for the most part. I think I had to add 4 stitches. And then yeah, I have to go at least, I think, 1 more inch, and then I'll be ready to do the bind off and form of the Hitafude. And then I know that in the sunspots, to increase the pattern, you increased your needle sizes. And so I think that I'm just going to do that again with this. So once I've got it all structured and ready to go, I'll just knit these spots again and then increase them, the needle size, to get the bigger floating. And so instead of trying
as it increases, got it.
Yeah. Because I don't think that there's a good way to increase this pattern like that, and in any good way.
You could increase the middle.
Yeah, but you'd have to width and length, and then the center would have to be adjusted a little bit. So it'd have to be by 4. Anyway, too much math. I think I'll just increase needles. Be a whole lot easier.
Oh, lost an end.
Oh goodness, that hasn't happened yet. Good thing you were here. Okay. Whew.
I'll keep you good and tightened up there.
Thank you. Sure.
And that is with what yarn?
This is with our Leading Men.
I ask as I'm doing it.
Yeah. Leading Men Fiber Arts in the, is it the You Betcha? Or
Don't You Know?
Don't You Know? Don't You Know colorway.
I think it's Don't You Know.
Yeah.
Don't You Know?
I don't know.
Don't You Know?
And that is one of the colorways that's coming to the Zombie Knit Pop Club.
Yes. Yes. Fun.
Ugh, hey buddy.
How are you? So the stitch pattern was pretty similar stitch count?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yep. Just overall, I just had to add 4. And then start. And it worked out pretty good. And I think they even had similar bindings on the edges, like, from that pattern to this pattern. So it's very cool. And then I got a little bit further on this. I don't know if you can even tell, but I did work on this, and it did grow at least half of a pattern repeat, if not more. And so that's that.
Still very pretty. And very red.
Yeah. And I think I knit on this a little bit, but again, it's been a couple weeks since we recorded, so I don't think that it's like a huge significant amount, but it is different.
And that's a front half of...
Yes. The second story. T. From Interweave. This is the Pima Cotton Silk from Misty Alpaca. So it's a lovely buttery color, and I'm excited about it.
Very bright.
But that's all that's fit to be shown. Everything else has been hibernating. Just kind of hanging out. So I think I'll bring a sock and probably that sweater to the retreat and spinning, and that's it. So I don't think that the sweater will get worked on at the retreat, so it'll probably be spinning and sock to get worked on.
Yep. It's very funny. The thing that I like about the Hitafude, I think, was the very thing that had you like, I don't want it to be that lace that everybody has on it. And I would, not that I like it because everybody has that same lace, but I think that lace is like, I don't even have to think about it, right? And so it's very intuitive to me, and I'm guessing that your Sunspots lace is probably pretty intuitive to you at this point as well.
Yeah, this many repeats of it, it gets very intuitive.
Yep.
But yeah, I don't know why. I think it was because I was lamenting the fact that I had to give away my poetry in motion because the cat kept eating it. And so I was like, well, I don't want to knit the exact same sweater again because I've already knit twice, once for my daughter, once for me. And so I thought, oh, I'll incorporate that stitch pattern that I liked into a different sweater. So It should work. I hope.
Mm-hmm.
Hope it looks good. Even after all.
I was super impressed. One of the Rainey sisters, I think I saw from last year's Minnesota State Fair, submitted a hito fude, but it was out of her favorite lace from a shawl.
Oh, okay.
Do you remember seeing that?
Mm-mm. Mm-hmm. So she picked a shawl lace and put it into the hito fude.
Yep, yep. So very, a similar type thing, right? Just use the construction, but feature a lace that's a little bit more intricate than the kind of V of the hito fude. But again, I really enjoy the hito fude lace because it's like I've mentioned before, the monkey sock pattern, right? Like it just kind of flows, and I don't really have to think about it all that much. My one work in progress that's fit to be shown, I cast on another Clara.
Striping.
Yeah. So this is that same Don't Ya Know in the Leading Men Fiber Arts Showstopper. And it's definitely striping up. Huh. Yeah. I had another yarn that was literally self-striping, but at this gauge it wasn't, or at this diameter, circumference, not diameter. Well, diameter if you're talking about this, but if you go like this, then it's circumference. Anyway, it was distracting, I guess. Like you couldn't really see the pretty, so I cast it on and I got to about here with a true self-striping, and I didn't like it. I also had like a Lorna's Laces, one of the Camp Loopy, in the that's got the special stuff, Sportmate? No, not Sportmate, because that would be their, it's like, what is it called? Why can't I think of it?
I thought that was Sportmate.
I thought Sportmate was the sport weight one.
Oh.
Yeah, it's got the Outlast in it.
Okay.
Anyway, you don't care. It was not horribly, but it was like streaking. So much so that it was some very pretty greens and whatever, and then there was this really bright purple, and it looked to me like, again, I had gotten to about this point, like if you put a baby in it, you would think that you spilled grape juice on them. Like, I mean, it just looked like a streak up it that, and I ripped back and I alternated ends, and it's still, you could see every other one, and it just kind of made this like little up the, so anyway, I struggled with this Clara, I guess.
Yeah.
And then this started striping, and I was like, I'm okay with it because it's big enough swaths of stripingness. So I'm almost up to the wee little, yours isn't striping at all. Are you alternating?
I am.
Okay.
And it does have a bit of a pool and then an unpooling, and then it's doing its own thing. Because I don't feel like I'm changing my gauge enough to make this much of a difference, but the blue definitely lined up here, and the purple lined up over here, and that put another purple blob here.
Yeah. Gotta be zen with it. When you're already alternating skeins, you know that there's not much that you could have done about it, right?
Yep.
That was just kind of how it was meant to be. It was yarn destiny.
Yeah, and I have a feeling that once it's, in the whole garment, it won't.
And when you're wearing it.
Yeah, it'll
and
just
then,
be
one of these, this is going to be underarm, right? So it'll be split between your front and your back, and you won't see it. No. Not at all. Whereas this is like small enough circumference that you will see it because
cute.
Yeah, I like it. And then I was going to show, because I got the okay. I'm not going to show my little swatches and whatever, but Infinite Twist, I am designing a shawl for her, and it's going to be out of this gradient. I feel like I'm living like in this alternate world where people send me beautiful things to knit with. Like, you actually want me to design something with this beautiful gradient? It was so fun to cake it up, and yeah, and I tried to keep them in like the order in which they were. Like I put the numbers on there so I could remember if she needed to. Such pretty, like orangey out to kind of like a dusky yellow. And this is the Helix base, and it's got a very hand spunny, although it isn't literally hand spun. It's a milled yarn, but yes. And I've got the swatches in here apparently with some stitch markers that are yeah, my Annie Light stitch markers. But yes, so that's coming. I don't know. It gets to be this time of year, and I get to. I was designing the literally over the top this time of year. For some reason, maybe that's my like stress reliever for the retreat or something, which doesn't make any sense.
Let's add more fun, you know.
Let's design something. When you're knitting, you should be writing down what you're knitting. But for some reason, it just seems like this is my time.
Cool.
Yeah. And then I had a little bit of enabling, and then we have a yarn review. So we had mentioned earlier that String Theory had sent us some yarn, but I wanted to share. So this is Leadingman Fiber Arts. I'm trying to pull my stitches off the needle in their ZK colorway. And then Marigold Jen sent us a preview of her colorway for ZK. Isn't that just beautiful? Of course, it's got blues and it's got greens, very neon-y greens, which is what makes my heart go pitter-pat. And then some grays and some very vibrant blue pops. I absolutely love it. I love it. And a very cute little tag that says Zombie Invasion 2015.
It's very cute.
Yes, and this is her sock base, 80-10. Oh, no, it's her MCN high twist, 80-10-10, nylon and cashmere. Love it.
Ooh la la.
Yes, very fancy, very fancy. And then we also got a preview of Dreams in Fiber ZK colorways on Zombie Apocalypse 2015.
So I have them too.
And hers is very dark overtones. Very zombie-esque dark overtones. Some blacks and some blues and some purples with a dark overwash. So pretty. Thank you, Erica and Jenny, for sending those to us.
Yeah, it's definitely a blue and a purple.
It's very cool. Yes. Love them both.
Like a storm.
And
then my enabling, I'm part of the Gilmore Girls sock club from Spartacus Dyes, Mary Gale, and she said that she might be offering this particular club up again, and then offering a discount to our retreat goers.
Cool.
So if you happen to be coming to the retreat, keep an eye out for Mary Gale at the vendor market to see what she might have available. I don't know what it's going to be, but I was like, hey, that's me. As somebody who has been in it before and has potential to go back into it again, it was fun. Every month you got a quote, and you went out to a forum, or just a form, and filled out your quote, what you liked, which base you wanted it on, so you could choose the sock base or a different base, and then I think the other base was a worsted or DK, and then click, 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 submit, and then she surprises you with something that goes along with the quote. This one is Luke's Sunshine, so there was a little bit warning that the colorways would have yellow in them. And so you pick one like Sunshine and it's going to have more yellow in it. And then there was another one that I didn't pick, and I can't remember what it was, but she said that one would have less yellow in it, if yellow was a concern. But I really like this one. It's very happy. I have not seen how any of the ones knit up yet because I haven't gotten to it. I did reskein up the blueberries one, Michelle's Blueberries, which was a quote based on him dieting, and not, he wanted only 12 blueberries in his pancakes. And anyway, That one was really beautiful, but my cat got a hold of it, so it's in pieces, and I had to rewind it. So I'm sad. I don't know what I'm going to do with that one, but hopefully I will not have a problem with either of these.
Yes. That's all you got?
Yep, that's it.
Yarn that auto-magically came to you?
Yes.
I'm just distracted by Max nuzzling your neck. Maybe I'm just a little jealous. All right, so String Theory hand-dyed yarn sent us these two beautiful colorways, and that's stringtheoryyarn.com. This is Jade, and this one is Marmalade. And it's in their Tinker Island fingering base, which is 100% superwash merino, 425 yards. And so they sent one for us to give away and one for us to try out ourselves. And so I have not yet gotten to knit with it, but I wanted to show it off and get the giveaway started. To enter for this fantastic, beautiful yarn, I would say which color you would choose, either this very sienna burnt orangey marmalade or this very beautiful jade with some lighter greens in it, and what you would knit with it. So if I were to answer that prompt, I would say I would choose the jade, obviously, because it's green. And I think I would knit a shawl out of this. Like it's just calling to me to be a shawl. It's really a really high twist merino with it wants to be a shawl to me, or a joyful. I could see this being a really pretty hat on the top of your head. Which one would you choose, and what would you knit?
Probably the green again. I just knit with some orange, and this orange is particularly fall to me, and so since I want summer, man. So maybe if you asked me again in October, I'd change my mind.
Green grass versus
Yep. So I really like this as well for something other than socks. It is 100% superwash merino, and it does seem to be only a 2-ply. It does have high twist though, so it just depends on what your preference on socks is. But I do like, I don't know, I think I've been in the mood to make things that are more compact. So I'd probably do a cowl or a hat or something rather than a big shawl, because it is a lot of yards.
Says the woman with the shawl.
Yeah. I just finished that one.
Which is probably why you're not in the mood for it. Yep. 425 yards, 8 stitches per inch on US tubes. So yes, thank you so very much. It looks, I haven't done my research, but it looks like they're out of Maine, which is cool. And very, very pretty. We appreciate the opportunity to try out your yarn and to give it away. So whoever's the winner, whatever color they chose, we'll take the other one, and away we go. I'll get the thread started pronto.
Okay.
And go out and check them out. I guess if neither one of these were your color, you could also go out to their website and choose one that you liked as well, or one that you would coordinate with one of these. And that's all we got for enabling/review.
Yes.
I wanted to not apologize, but just to let anybody that's trying us out, giving us a test drive, know that we don't always talk so much about the retreat, but it's 2 weeks away, so it kind of creeps in because it's infiltrated the rest of our lives as well. So it truly is a zombie invasion. It's invaded the rest of our lives. So do we have any news that we want to impart about the retreat? I'll be working on the survival guide. That should be coming out soon. As I mentioned, waiting on, we gave a deadline to folks giving prizes. Thanks to those that are giving prizes by the 12th. And so when that comes, then I will have that survival guide in place. Super excited for all the wonderful things that happen in Rochester. I think in years past, we've kind of been given credit for, that's awesome that you planned that the same weekend. And it was like, no, Rochester just does a lot in the summer. So this year it lines up with Rochester Fest, and there will be buses down to Soldiers Field to all kinds of, like, I would call it like fairish type food. You can get corn on the cob and what were in years past, like deep fried,
I don't know, you can get cheese curds.
Cheese curds, lots of really good handmade like ice cream sandwiches and malts.
And I think that there's a gluten-free truck and a vegan truck that comes, two separate trucks that come to Rochester Fest. I don't know what else. I mean, those are the interesting different, if you're, you know, other than the fair food. But the fair food is definitely there.
Yep. Lemonade as big as your head, you know, all kinds of, lots of, all kinds of stuff. We have on Saturday night, we're going to have they'll have Guardians of the Galaxy, a movie projected out in the, what do they call that little area? The Peace Plaza, which will be fun. In addition to just all the other stuff that if you want to get pulled away from the actual retreat and retreat into like normal non-knitting funness. Get your 5K predictions out there. Lots of people out there kind of lamenting that they won't be running. That is perfectly fine. In fact, I think the walkers have an unfair advantage because I think it's easier to walk a certain pace. So the winner is the one that is closest to their predicted time. So if you can walk a 5K and you've walked the 5K multiple times and you know exactly how fast you walk it, then you're good to go. Running, I feel like when you're in a race, you walk or you run a little bit faster, and it's a little harder to predict, in my opinion. Anything else?
I've been managing the wait list, and things are full right now. So whoever has outstanding offers from the wait list, that's all we're doing right now. But that means the official wait list is down to 2 people.
Woohoo!
So if we have anybody cancel from now until the retreat date, we'll offer it to those 2 people, but then we'll have to have a open call. So if you didn't get on the retreat, on the official wait list before it locked, which it just recently locked, then you can have a chance at the free-for-all. But again, that's going to be very close to the event. Now we're talking about, you know, big events that might cause somebody to cancel. I think we're through with the, I know that I can't make it retreats. Now it's down to the, I didn't realize that this was going to happen to me in my life right now, kind of thing. Which is unfortunate that people can't make it, but if you
that is my least favorite part of retreat planning is just all of the, I mean, it's a microcosm for society, so you're gonna have bad things happen, or I really was excited to go but I can't because I have to be a grown-up type stuff happen, which is bummer. Makes me sad for them, sad for us that we won't get to see them, but happy for the waitlisters, I guess.
So I just thought I'd mention that now the wait list is very tiny. And once that is done,
we'll do an open call. So if you're interested, local, willing to travel at the drop of a hat, definitely be looking out on the Zombie and Apocalypse Ravelry group, because that's where we would be posting those open spots.
Okay.
The free for all. Right?
Yes.
Yep. Lots going on, none of which needs to be communicated here, so.
Nope. Bye.
Bye, Upta.